I mean, are we seriously, are we really going to talk about John Kerry?
We're seriously still talking about John Kerry
and the 2008 presidential campaign?
Yeah. Sorry.
From the Watergate building in Washington, this is Hotline TV. Now, here's Hotline editor, John Mercurio.
Happy Thursday, I'm Amy Walter.
And I'm John Mercurio. John Kerry, who announced in January that he will not be a candidate for president in 2008, reopened the door a little bit to another run this week. Amy Walter, all this opening doors, closing them, opening them back up, is this the ritualistic behavior of someone with OCD? Or is this just John Kerry? And I apologize to our viewers who are about to click off this show because we're talking about John Kerry once again. We promised to make it entertaining.
Oh, I thought you were going to make it, it was a joke about OCD. That's why I thought they would be. But I thought that was actually quite funny.
Oh, that's OMD.
Oh,
I'm sorry. Orchestral maneuvers in the dark.
Yeah. Maybe is it the new book thing? I mean, he already got his interview with Stephanopoulos, so he's still on TV. He got a good chunk of time. Yeah, I mean, he's still got a good chunk of time on there. But people are not completely ignoring him. Yeah. But let's face it, the Democratic field is done. It's set. Let's go. Let's move on. There's not any more room for anybody else to get in to make any...
Well, except maybe Al Gore. Hey, don't forget Al Gore. But no, you raise an interesting point. Whereas if this was the Democratic, if this were the Republican primary,
of course we'd say yes, people are upset.
Fred Thompson, Newt Gingrich, you've got, Michael Bloomberg possibly. So the fact that there is absolutely no interest in John Kerry re-entering the race on the side of the Democrats, I think reflects the fact that you have the satisfaction on the part
Democratic
of Democrats.
voters are not 100% satisfied with the field, but they're happy. Republican primary voters, not so happy, which is why we'll continue to hear names floating in and out until...
Whereas Al Gore's does remain at least somewhat of interest to Democrats, John Kerry has been completely dismissed. If you talk to Kerry's people, though, they say, look, what happened exactly was that we went to Colorado. A lot of reporters who hadn't seen John Kerry basically since 2004, but definitely since 2006, hadn't had the chance to be the ones who personally asked him about the presidential campaign, and he was just reciting and repeating what he has said over and over again, that he's not closing the door to a presidential race down the line in years to come, maybe months. The mistake was him saying months to come because the interpretation was that meant that he was going to get in, but that there was really no intentional effort on his part to try to reopen the door. Nonetheless, that won't stop us from talking about it.
But why even talk about it? Why not just say, you know what? And wouldn't this be nice, again, for the party to say, you know what, I think we got a great crop of candidates out there.
Right.
I think Democrats are going to win the presidency in 2008. I can't wait to see that happen, and I'm going to be on the front lines making sure to do my part.
As we saw in October of 2006, which is actually the reason that he's not running for president, John Kerry's not always on his game when it comes to speaking
the team player
publicly.
Thing. How about that?
The whole, Iraqi troops are dumb comment, which wasn't actually that comment, but that whole incident, I think, reflects the fact that sometimes he says things he doesn't intend to say.
Well, or that when the cameras turn, it's about him rather than saying there's no I in team.
Indeed,
right?
indeed,
Did you learn that?
Abso-freaking-lutely. All right, that'll do it for today. We hope you enjoyed our dissection of John Kerry's political future. Thank you so much for joining us on Hotline TV.